here today instead of sitting by the pool and having that margarita, like you mentioned. And Denny, thank you for inviting me to be a speaker here today and to share my practical experience. Whatever I'm about to present today is because I've really actually applied it at all of the companies I've worked at. In my entire lifetime, I've worked in corporate Canada and corporate America, and I can say it actually works. I know Denny's got me as a marketing expert, networking. My overall background has been in human resources, and in human resources, you're communicating with folks at all levels in different disciplines, meaning the different industries. In Canada, I worked for an advertising company for 10 years. When I left, they lost the account. That was 10 years of maintaining the Alberta government's account, and that's by maintaining what we're doing right now, networking, connecting, building that relationship with people, because people are not really dealing with the companies per se, they're dealing with the person they're interacting with. Because there's so many other professions, there's so many different professions, and everybody excels at something else. It's your soft skills, your personality, the presentation. The benefits of networking, if I were to ask each and every one of you, what's the benefit? Why did you come here today? You will all have a different answer, because you all want to get something out of it. You want to meet someone, you want to exchange information to see if they'll be beneficial, if they'll be perhaps a customer. So there are different benefits, and it's not really, we're always told this, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I worked in Calgary, Alberta, in Canada for an engineering company that transferred me from Calgary to North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. I didn't know anybody in North Carolina. Absolutely no companies or anything. The first thing the company did, they paid for me to belong to the Chamber of Commerce. Every city you belong to, there are different chambers of commerce. Every time you attend any of those meetings, guess what? It's like attending Denny's meetup right now. You meet different people, different backgrounds, and you've got a product or service. You want to know what they have to sell or if they would be beneficial to you. The idea is to get to know as many people and see how you can benefit them, be serving them, and how they can serve you, but not initially trying to force or push your product down their throat. You want to develop that relationship, because people deal with people they connect with, people they like. The benefits of business, there's a difference between business network and informal networking, but bottom line is you want to get noticed. When you go to the beach or when you go to a nightclub, if it's a business networking event, you want to dress appropriately, because you want to attract those people and you want to build that credibility as well. You want to get noticed. And how do you get noticed? You get noticed in different ways. You want to get noticed by either the way you dress, and it's not what you say sometimes, it's what you don't say. You don't want to dominate the conversation. You don't want to be the know-it-all, because you already know yourself. You want to get to know them, right? By knowing different people, it opens doors for you. You don't know who's going to be at the next networking event. It also builds, we could have all been at home just relaxing, or just, I've been doing lately binge watching on Netflix as well, because it's been so hot. But it builds self-confidence. Every time you step out the door and you attend any event, it builds that self-confidence. Because again, you don't know if you're being judged. When I walked through here, when I stood up here, I'm sure you made some sort of, it's either, and I won't say it, but everybody's got a different thought. We're judged in different ways. So you want to make, if you're meeting people for the first time, you want to make it easy for them, you want to have an open conversation. And bottom line is the purpose of networking, as we all know, is to connect, find commonality, find if they're exchange of information, meaning if I know what Tony does, if I know what Mary Lou does, can they be a value add to me, and vice versa? And referrals. If I know that someone here can benefit real estate and somebody's looking for whatever, and I love that personality or the vibe. So it's really basically the vibe you're giving off, right? You would definitely recommend that person. Bottom line, relationship building, connecting with everyone as well. The formal and informal job market. So when I worked for the engineering company in Canada that transferred me to Raleigh, North Carolina, it was to, the president at that time said, I want you, Zee, to replicate what you had accomplished in Canada. And again, it's all about developing those relationships. And these were at higher end because I've staff engineering projects in Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Venezuela, and all these places. So before anybody met me, they're talking to me on the phone, but they eventually have to meet me in person. And when we're preparing, when I worked at IBM as well in North Carolina, preparing candidates or these very senior folks who are going to be developing millions and traveling 100% for the company, you're looking at their soft skills, but you're also looking at the way they dress, and you're preparing them that when you're meeting someone at the corporate level or the senior level, because you're going to be generating in the millions for the company, you have to know, you've got to be aware of sexual harassment, how to behave. If they're treating you over lunch, you just want to remind them, well, don't forget not to have spinach. If you've got a beard, don't order spaghetti and meat sauce. Just little things, and it's nothing that you all don't know. It's nothing that we don't know. We just need that reminder. It's a friendly reminder. So when you all leave here today as well, what I'm saying, some things may resonate with you. You may have some takeaways, but it's also a refresher. And sometimes we need the refresher. And again, sometimes it's not what we say, it's what we don't say. Your behavior, your attitude, you know, how you interact with everyone as well. The formal job market is when companies, they say 25% of jobs are posted on social media or with agencies. 75% informal market is like what we're doing here. It's networking and referring, and it's not just for jobs, it's for businesses as well. Something to remember or to keep in mind. So people, it's who you know that gets you in the door. It's who you know that with these referrals as well, who would refer any one of you. You're a CNA, I worked in pharmaceutical in Florida. People, we had employer referrals. The bonuses that companies would refer other people. So companies save money by asking for referrals. They give bonuses to employees as well. When you come to a networking group here, a professional networking, and you resonate, or something that you may have said would resonate with each other, you may connect. One person is a Victoria, a professional photographer, massage therapist. When I worked at IBM, it was so stressful, I attended the medical arts massage school as well, so I was licensed there as well. Highly recommend that. Now that we know that's what you do, it's connecting. If somebody has a need or would like to give a gift certificate for a client, guess who they'll get in touch with now? Now they know you. Purpose of networking, so formal and informal. So again, formal hiring by companies, statistics, I think LinkedIn said that, the statistics, 25% would post or pay to advertise, 75% would be on the informal, which is what we're doing here. Same like networking, building relationships, connecting. And that's what I just mentioned about the informal recruitment is what we're doing here. And also the formal, what we just discussed as well, is advertising. Employers prefer networking, and why? Because you're already a known quantity. You're referral. You were referred by somebody else. If I wanted to get into your company, I just met with this gentleman and he does real estate, and then I know somebody else is looking, they can't afford something at a certain level, then I know who to refer them to. So I personally have referred people in this room, whether whoever I referred them to, whether they take action, it's up to them, but at least I'm giving back, I'm referring, instead of keeping that knowledge. And it's reciprocated as well, when you don't think it is, if you make a good impression. The biggest challenge of networking, if I were to ask each and every one of you, what do you think the challenges have been for you? When you walked in the door here and you didn't know anyone, did you get scared? Did you feel intimidated, or standing in front of us and we don't know you and we don't know how you're being judged, or people might think, gosh, she's probably talking too fast. Maybe she's telling us too much information. Maybe, maybe I won't be accepted as part of the group. How can I build up the courage to go and speak to Mary Lou and I don't really know her? I don't know how she'll react to me, or maybe I should talk to Marie, or, it's all those things that the stories we tell ourselves in our head, but the more we network, the more we come to different events, you feel more comfortable, you feel more confidence within. And it's, someone else was supposed to have been here today, and she said, she psyched herself up before she goes to a place where she doesn't know anyone, she would tell herself, man, I look effing good. Just to psych herself. She was, I'm sorry she couldn't make it today, but I just thought of her when I saw that. Referrals as well, we talked about referrals. We refer people that we know. If I know that someone would be able to use Tony's, actually I've sent a lot of people Tony's way, whether they followed up with him or not, but once you develop the relationship with each other, it's building a friendship. You're not just business acquaintances, now you develop personal friendships. When I moved to North Carolina, I did not know a single soul. I did not know the city or the businesses or anything. How did I do that? How did I break that? I joined various networking groups, and again, they say 54 million people, statistics have shown 54 million people join networking groups like this. Where else, unless you were to go, this is if you want to promote your business, if you want to become known as and be referred as a massage therapist, or in real estate, or as a speaker, or as a coach, you know, so it's building. The bottom line is we want to develop the personal connection. We're not robots. We can do everything online as well, but it does not take away from the face-to-face. It does not take away from the human interaction. And I can say honestly, it did work for me. Again, when I moved from Florida, from Miami, Florida to here, I didn't know anyone at all, just my daughter and her husband. And my daughter was sick with her cancer and whatnot. And by attending the business events, because I didn't know what I wanted, I was sitting on the fence. Do I return to Canada? Do I take her back? Do I continue working? What do I do? But I quit my job in Miami, Florida. I worked in pharmaceutical, came here, and it's through acquiring new contacts, got new ideas, met new businesses, and then we have to ask ourselves, how do we stand out? How do we make ourselves visible? Because we're just one of many. How many million people are here in Vegas? What is so different about you? Why should anyone, like we're told, realtors are a dime a dozen in Vegas, right? How do you differentiate yourself from other, either IT, real estate, whatever you're doing? What is so different about you and how do you stand out? You want to make yourself visible, and you can make yourself visible in different ways. And by coming to all of these different meetups or networks as well, you can do so. There's online networking, but online networking does not take the place of face-to-face contact and looking each other in the eye. Yes, I would highly recommend online networking as well, because it's a different audience, and you've got to have that balance. But when you look at the decision maker, and it also depends on the product or service. So you will get, it does work effectively, depending on, and then needing professionals to help you set up and whatnot to get the exposure out there. Networking event tips. If anyone can tell me what tips that you've obtained and you'd like to share, what would that be?
Give value.
Pardon?
Give value.
Give value.
Listen first.
Listen first. Don't dominate the conversation, because you know yourself. You know already what you do, but you want to hear what the other person has to say.
Smile.
Smile.
I was going to say, have good presentation.
Good presentation. Wonderful. So that elevator pitch that Denny just had you all do, the elevator pitch is not a commercial. It's to pique their interest so that they would want to know more. And again, you are gathering information, right? Again, you already know yourself. You know what you can do. You know your capabilities. But you're there to learn a little more about Maria, or Thomas, or Michael, or Mary Lou. You want to gather that information. Relax and be you. Take a deep breath. You are who you are. You're beautiful. Each of you having a unique story. Each of you are special that nobody else can replace. I can't be you. So relax and be you, and dress for success. Dress like, especially if it's a business network, dress for the occasion. Again, if you're going to the nightclub, dress for the occasion. It depends on who you're meeting. If somebody referred you for to present your proposal to the head of whichever company, and you're meeting the decision maker, you want to make a first impression. because he or she is going to be looking at the way you dress, or the level or whatever. But we can't please everyone. We can't be liked by everyone as well. So that decision is based on your proposal, your presentation, or what product or service you're selling as well. Networking gets us out of our comfort zone because it's easy to be complacent. It's easy to be, not stretch and grow. But how do we grow? We force ourselves. We all get stage fright. We're all scared to speak to somebody we don't know, right? And how do we approach them? And are we approachable? Prepare the one sentence, the sales pitch, which is what you guys just did. You did the elevator pitch. Because you don't want to be so long-winded. Again, it's not a commercial. You just want to briefly, it's like a tickler. You tell them a little about yourself. If they're interested, they'll ask more. If there's no interest, they may want to move away because maybe there is no interest in your product or service. So because there are only so many minutes for the networking event, you wanted to get in touch with as many people as possible so you could develop and build that connection if you've got something in common. So you're looking for commonality, right? Another thing, we all collect a whole lot of business cards, whether they're, you've got the paper or on the phone or whatever. You don't wait for 6 months or a year to follow up with the people. Stay in touch. Maintain keep in constant touch with them, and not wait for 6 months when you have a need for their product or service or when you need them, because you want it to be reciprocal. You want them to refer you to others if they can't use your service. So it's reciprocated and follow-up. So don't let it just sit in a box somewhere. Be aware of we're all making that first impression when we walked in and whatnot. Remember, the main goal of networking is to make connection. So it all depends on you. Our success depends on us. And again, we're all unique. So don't hesitate. Get up, meet each other, and exchange your ideas because each of you have something special to offer. Thank you all.
Just click back once. If you can do that for
Thank
me.
you, Zee.
Anybody has any questions? Any questions? Well, she's here. She's the pole man. There's a question from Zee.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Referrals.
Mhm.
What do you think is the best way to give a referral? So maybe you don't find anyone that you meet, but you want to be able to connect somebody to you, a member of your network. What would you suggest is the best way to do that?
Well, I know I've personally referred others here. I did sort of protect myself by saying I personally haven't done business with them. However, I did meet them at an event, a networking event. So if you'd like to reach out to them, and then I'll probably, perhaps sometime, depending on my time, I'll probably get in touch with them. But the thing is, I'm sharing that person's contact information. If there is an interest, it's up to them to get in touch with you. But I would say, to cover myself, I would say I personally have not done business because I could lose credibility if that person didn't follow through.
If I may say also, you can tell the person you refer, you better be good, you better be accountable. Because I'm putting my butt on the line.
How do you become more approachable?
For you to be approachable, and I'm sorry, I was going to mention that as well. Look the person in the eye, smile, don't hunch your shoulder, be welcoming. It's the eye, making the eye contact as well. That was one thing that we were trained on. You want to be approachable, and you want, when we're encouraging, when we're teaching, I worked in human resources, so we had to prepare the employees, new hire, when we do new hire orientation. So you have to be welcoming. You can't be standoffish. You can't be like, so your attitude, remember, it's not what you say, it's your overall presentation as well. You're welcoming them. So if you see somebody with a smile, actually my daughter was a bartender on the Strip. And I asked her, I said, sweetie, how do you get so many repeat customers? She said, on her Facebook page, she has, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. And I met some of her customers, and they said because of the personality, without her even speaking, just that smile warms and endears people to her. So I would highly recommend that to all.
Thank you.
So, as somebody that worked in HR, what would be some key pointers you'd give to somebody that's seeking to attract more employees in their company, to build a strong culture? And because a lot of people have been complaining, especially now, that it's hard to find good work. So what would you say as somebody that worked in higher levels of HR to be able to have good talent and be able to keep that talent around?
That is really important. I think I made a presentation on that a while back.
Man.
Once you get a core employee, that's beside going through the referrals and getting that person in the door. New hire orientation is so important, and every company has a different culture. Culture is really important. You can have the best company, but as an example, I worked for the global engineering company that transferred me from Alberta, Canada to Raleigh, North Carolina. I worked with them for 8 years. When we got a new president, leadership style changed. The new president's leadership skills were more military. It was totally changed. When you're a leader, you want to treat people, no matter what level within the company, with respect. You want to treat them the way you would like to be treated. That company lost a lot of key people. I left because I thought I didn't like the management style has changed. I gotta say, I was a workaholic. I enjoyed what I did. I put in over 50 hours a week because the president had so much trust and so much faith in me, and they treated me so well. I was privileged. I've got to say, I'm so thankful. But I gave because I didn't want to let him down, because I know he had a lot of faith in me. I wouldn't want to let him down. Went over and beyond. So if you treat your employee like they're worth something, or they're valuable at whatever level, the receptionist, the janitor, any level, rest assured, I guarantee you, they'll go over and beyond. As an entrepreneur, as a manager, as an owner, you'll get more of your return on investment because the employees know you have faith in them and won't want to let you down. So new hire orientation, culture is really important because every company has a different culture, and you don't know where that employee is coming from. The employee handbook, new hire orientation, their job description, their expectation, how they're measured in terms of their salary ranges, low, medium, and high for one position. Some people if people stay with company or people leave companies because there's no growth promotion from within. So rest assured, your good people are going to be headhunted. Anybody who left your company that you've worked with, when they go to another company, when I worked at IBM, it was a piece of cake. These key senior level guys I hired, because they worked at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte and Touche, all the big 5 companies, they referred people. So in a way, they were headhunting from those companies. They made my job easier. So they refer other people. If you've got a good employee, do whatever it is, treat that person with respect, hold on to them. Now, here is something to be aware of. Not every employee is meant to be a manager, a leader. There's a difference. In one job title, you can have the salary range low, medium, and high, and then have another job title. People stay sometimes with a company because of the title. They may give up to $10,000 just for the title and stay there. If they know that they're valued with your company, that doesn't mean that maybe they don't have the skill set or the personality to be a manager, to be a leader. Remember, everybody's not meant to be a leader. You could promote them in a different position. There are people who are meant to be behind a computer instead of being the business development person where they'll fly wherever and promote and present to your customers. Overall, presentation skills, we all don't have it. We don't have the soft skills. So there are people who are better behind the scene. That doesn't mean they're less than. It's just everybody's personality, maybe together with their technical capabilities and different roles, and they're still valued. Did that answer the question?
Yes, that was a great answer.
It's a good idea if somebody leaves your company, before I forget this train of thought, when somebody leaves your company, it's very important to get feedback as to why they left. It's called process improvement. You want to get that feedback. How could we have retained your not only the company, but your business? If you lost a client, wouldn't you want to know why that client left? What could you have done to retain their business? Always ask for feedback. If that person's worth holding on to, how could we have made it better? Because you're learning for the next one. Because rest assured, everybody's looking for job opportunity. Everybody's looking for the next level. If they don't get a bonus, they don't get that pat on the back. I think one of the podcasts I was on with Denny, it was a simple thing as giving someone a plaque or something with your company logo. The company logo is name recognition for your company. So no matter where they are, like having a plaque on that wall, It's name branding. I've used my 10 years of advertising experience in my entire lifetime. Even though I went to college and I did that many, many years ago, I still retain that, because you could have the best product or service, you can be the best whatever, but if nobody knows you exist, if nobody refers you, so it's that with the soft skills and with networking, like what Denny's doing here and helping people prepare the elevator pitch where you can introduce yourself. And look at that beautiful smile. Look at Jim with that smile, with the smile. So you asked that question, how to make yourself more approachable. The smile. If somebody's serious and grumpy, you may not want to approach them. You may be a bit intimidated. So if you've got a good employee, guys, hold on to that employee. Maria, I'm sorry.
I had a question because you really piqued my curiosity, especially when you was talking about corporate culture and hiring. So when you're tenured, what did you do when you're dealing with multiple generations? We have 6 generations today in the workforce, and they all want different things. Did you ever do anything differently for, let's say, your 20-year-olds, right? You have millennials versus your Gen X versus your baby boomers and the silent type. Did you ever find that culturally you had to maneuver the culture differently?
No, because they're coming in. First of all, I recall when I was with this one company, we had the schools would send their top of the line, and most of the time, so they're coming in for practical experience. Most of the time, they were hired. But people coming in with a different mindset, but they're coming in with the intention of learning. I was blessed to have worked with the companies where people wanted to work, so it wasn't difficult getting them in there. So they would have done their homework. So the younger generation, they would know what the company is all about. If it's IBM Corporation, if it's a large pharmaceutical company, if it's the engineering company, they're a known quantity, so everybody wants to get in there and they adjust and they learn. But that's where the leadership comes in as well. Leaderships are mentors. Leadership is not dictating and micromanaging. So you don't want to micromanage. If you're in a leadership position, you want to empower, you want to train the new kids are coming in, they're hungry. Most of them, if they're coming into companies as such, they're coming in with the idea of, how can I get myself to the next level? So we really never really had anything in terms of generation gap culture. What we did have, and I would recommend as well, and there are a lot of free services, there are a lot of people who've retired who have so much to offer. If you have a company, we had something I'd recommend to anyone. Have something called a brown bag lunch. Brown bag lunch is not taking away from the time employees would bring their sandwiches or whatever, but you can have different speakers come into that company and talk about anything like company culture, like networking, like social media, anything, just that person is coming in to speak and share their knowledge and value. Now the employees could get whatever they want from that. Terrence is a massage therapist. In one of the companies I worked in pharmaceutical, we had the students from the massage therapy class come with a chair and give chair massages at lunchtime. The employees paid $1 a minute and they got their massages. So anything to break it up and make everybody feel welcome and they're part of. Another thing was we had round tables. We'd ask for a round table is with everyone at different age levels, right? And everyone, if we ask for your opinion, and then it's like, what did Nelson Mandela's dad do? He said his father was tribal chief. Nelson Mandela said when he attended one with his dad would ask and get everybody's opinion, and then at the end would he speak. So it's like taking a little, and then making a decision. So it's not because you're leader you know it all. You value everybody's input because each and every one of you in this room, you've got a different background, different life experience, different exposure. That's why I say each of you are unique. We are all coming with a different background, different knowledge. So we're all special and we have something to contribute to any company. Did that answer the question?
I think so. We good? Last one, because we got something to do.
Okay.
Jim has the last question.
Well, I had 2, but I'll just go with the best one.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Hold on, let me help
so
you.
from a
Time's
there you
up.
go. From an HR standpoint, I would like to understand the best, politest, non-confrontational sort of way in a networking environment to exit a conversation that you don't want to be in. because you're saying don't dominate the conversation, and maybe you're not, but the other person is.
Good question.
And so you kind of want to leave, but from an HR perspective, I know what I do. I just say excuse me and walk away. Excuse me, and I just walk away. But I was wondering if you had some tips on a softer way of exiting a conversation in a networking environment.
And that's a good question, because there are people who want to be the center of attention. There are people who would talk. They just want to be in the limelight. And you know we've only got an hour, and you want to meet. Rule of thumb is you should meet at least 3 people at a networking event that you connect with, that you could have a takeaway, right? I would say, oh, that's so interesting. Thank you so much. However, I promised to meet with so-and-so after, but I'll get back in touch with you.
Well done.
Awesome, thank you.
Well done. Say that again. No, that's important. Say that again.
That's really interesting. I've got some good information from you. However, thank you so much. I promised to meet with so-and-so and just exit.
So the person is not upset?
Yep.
You're out of that
That's good.
freaking whatever. It's good. That's really good.
This is how I feel about it. A lot of times, like I need to,
No,
get,
yeah,
I need
me
to
too.
escape.
I'm not so smooth
There's
too.
you're here only for an hour for this networking. Rule of thumb again is you came with the intention of meeting some contacts who will be beneficial to you, or how can you serve them? And when you serve them, rest assured they'd want to reciprocate. So referrals, Tony, there was something you would ask as well, and with businesses. Every satisfied customer you have, you should ask them to post a review on your website. It's really important, and I learned that the hard way. I went to a dentist in Miami, and if I checked the reviews, I spent thousands of dollars. If I checked the reviews, I wouldn't have. So for people, for recognition, if they've never done business with you, and I think someone asked, if you're referring someone, how do you cover yourself because you didn't do business with them? It's important to have a review on your website about your service, your company, especially if those customers were pleased. It goes a long way.
Good. What?
Just last, because he said it's really difficult. It's really difficult to cut a conversation. So me as a photographer, when I cover, let's say the governor or the senator or whoever, I keep my eye on that person, and when I see that this person is dominating, I get him out of there. And then they appreciate that, and they say I make their lives easier because they really don't know how to get out. So that's my extra service.
Yeah, and that's really good because you're saving that person's, well, in a polite way. Oh, don't forget, I'm sorry, sir, you've got the other appointment.
Yeah. So-
Because
or
you know that
may
person's
I
trapped.
interrupt?
Yes.
And I'd like to borrow the governor, and I promise to return him to you.
I think I saw you did that at Sterling Club.
Yeah, I do that. I do that, yeah.
You need a wingman or
That's
woman.
right, that's right.
Thank you all for your time. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys got,
It was great.
you know,
Great job.
some takeaways, and I'm here. If I can answer and help any one of you at all, I'm just a phone call away, and Denny's got my telephone number and everything else as well.
Good.
Okay?
So is she an expert or what?
You're awesome.
Yes.
Was I right?
Expert.
Good.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Z. I want to do something 5 minutes and you're gonna network. Cool? What? Oh yeah, turn the camera so I look good. If my angle is no good, it's just Here's what I want to do. Everybody's gonna say one word or two. You ready? I want to know what we should do and what we should not do when we network. Who wants to start? Thomas.
Something we should do.
Whatever. Do or not do.
Do should be to maintain eye contact.
Eye contact. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. Not do.
We should not
Think about what she
dominate
said.
the conversation.
Not dominate.
Yeah.
Amy,
You should smile.
smile.
That was mine too.
He stole mine, so.
Mary Lou.
Oh, what the fun.
What the what?
What the fun.
What the fun? Do. What do you want to do?
Do?
You're not working. It's gonna be easy at the beginning. It's gonna be tough at the end. I'm telling you.
Stay present.
Stay present. I like it. Stay present. Even if that freaking person is boring, right? Don't you meet people? They all blah blah blah. And you're like, I can take care of what I'm gonna eat tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's me.
Hygiene.
Hygiene? Yeah, we never talk about that.
That's both do and not do.
Right.
Do is
Hygiene.
listen first. Not bad, dude.
Did I spell that right? I think I did. Mary Lou, Maria.
Do would be listen first.
Say again?
Listen first.
Okay, do listen. What's your name again?
Manti.
Again?
Mine
Manti, M-A-N-T-I.
Manti.
Yeah.
Good. Nice to meet you, man.
You too.
What's your name again?
Calvin.
What's his name?
Calvin.
Thank you, because I won't remember.
Get
So
back.
Calvin, let's go to not to do.
What not to do?
Yeah. There's many things. Think
Hard
about the
sell.
assholes you meet all the time.
Hard sell.
Hard sell, yeah, not selling. That's a freaking important one. If you come to my event and you're selling, I'll tell you. Trust me, I did before, right?
Yeah.
Don't exaggerate.
So,
Not do.
not lie?
Lie.
Not lie?
Yeah.
So here or
Yes.
here? Here, not lie.
Oh, yeah.
Or here,
don't
not
do,
lie.
Don't lie.
Don't lie. Don't fucking lie.
Don't exaggerate.
L-I-E?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Amy, Terrence, you're next. Amy,
Oh,
what? You don't need your notes.
not wear your Chuck Taylors.
What does that mean?
Dress for success.
Dress for
That's a good
success. Here?
Yes.
Z.
My goodness.
I know you're thinking about your stuff right here. You're next, too. Think. What are we not supposed to do when we go at work?
Don't
Hold
be
on.
long-winded. Don't be long-winded.
Don't be long-winded. Does that mean talk too
Don't
much?
Don't talk too much.
Terrence, do or not do?
Not
Ask
do.
It's getting tougher now, right?
I mean, not do for me is not have negative body language, like crossing your arms, rolling your eyes.
Body
and-
language. So I'll put it there.
Ask questions.
Yeah, that's good. Body language.
You know, it's almost like a date, Denny.
Exactly.
So-
It is.
Sure,
It is.
When you think about it, it's like when somebody gives you those rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
Oh, right? As if you feel like you're being interviewed.
That would be a whole conversation, right?
Interrogated. Oh, yeah.
Interrogation. That's right too. You go on a date or you meet somebody. So-
Oh, yes.
Where were you last night at 7 p.m.? What the fuck do you care? On the back date, yeah. So how do you say that? Interrogation?
Don't interrogate.
And then do respect personal space.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
that's a good one.
Oh, I never thought about that one. But who said that? Yeah, because some people are right in your face. And he's spitting too. What the fuck? And you back up and I don't know. Especially if they're heavy. Oh, I don't know.
They have bad breath and they have.
Fumiko,
Yeah.
you didn't tell me anything.
And garlic.
They
For
can keep
lunch.
attending the meeting.
Say what?
Consistent attendance.
So show up.
Yeah.
Right? Show up is important. So I want to talk about that a little bit. Show up to the place, right?
Show up, follow up.
Yeah, it's coming. Keep it up. Show up when you show up. What do you do when you network? Because I get people. Say again.
Have your business contact.
Business contact. Keep that up. But I get some people, and then when we network, that's what I say. If you don't get up your chair, I'll move you. Right? Because other people network with a friend in the fucking corner.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I went to networking, and you're like, fuck. This is not networking, right? So, what she said today, how many people? Talk to
3.
how many people?
Three. And
Share your contact information.
It depends. It depends 3, sometimes it's 7, depending on the group and depending on how many people. Does it make sense right here? We're good, right? You said something, I'm sorry.
connect with them.
Having your contact information.
Go that. Do we need a business card?
Yeah.
Do we?
We need some kind of business card.
You at least need a phone.
Yeah, for.
Digital or digital.
Well, you need
or
something,
paper.
right? A postcard. I got postcard in front. I mean,
Digital
I get
paper,
coupons.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said something and I said later.
Follow up.
Follow up. That's another one. Here or here?
Do. You have to.
I'll tell you what. I give a lot of leads every week. People call me like today, hey, I need somebody, and I give them the lead. There's 2 things. If I give you a lead and you don't do what you're supposed to do, don't expect another freaking lead from me. I will not care for anybody to you anymore. That's stupid. And if you say you're gonna do that, goes with accountability, right? You say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a proposal, and you don't do it. Oh shit. You gotta be really, really aware of it. Yes.
Never ever say anything bad about anybody else. And don't let somebody bait you into it.
How do you say that?
Really do.
How do you say that? How do you say bad mouthing? Is that it?
Yeah.
So, what about you bad mouth this guy in the corner and this
Gossip.
woman say, oh, that's my husband. Oh, you look stupid a little bit, right? Oh, that's my girlfriend.
Gossip, Paul?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you say, gossip?
Gossip.
Gossip girl, XOXO.
XOXO.
for gossip.
I need a couple more here and one more there. Now we're gonna look, what we do is not mastermind right now, but we're putting
When you
everything.
said show up, which really brings credibility into it, would you say that's important, because that says a lot about you,
Yeah.
your reputation.
Yeah, well, that's one of the goals in networking, visibility and credibility, right? But now I'm talking about do and not to do. You were gonna say something?
Well, I was actually gonna speak for this entire row, don't be late.
Huh.
So, this entire row, don't be late.
Definitely.
That was me and then you guys.
Well, I prefer you late than not showing up. Look, I remember when I started, I said, why are you late? Why are you late? I was teasing people, and people were driving, oh fuck, I'm late, turn around, never showed up. Because I was in the military, I'm never late. I'm never again, I'm dead if I'm late. That's the way I am. But people are like, turn around and they didn't show up. Then I said, okay man, you gotta relax. And I said, okay, no, you need to show up. Just text me, you're gonna be late. I think if you respect my time, yeah, if you better, I prefer you show up late than not showing up at all, especially you. So much value from that guy. Anybody else?
Mary Lou said, let people finish.
Let Mary Lou speak then. What?
Oh,
This is big one.
Come on, Mary Lou, speak to me.
Said, don't interrupt when someone's talking.
That's one of my issues. Don't interrupt.
Oh yeah, that's my
Because
issue.
what I have to say is more important, right? No,
That's the way it comes across.
Yeah. that's
don't
my issue.
interrupt. That's huge.
That's why it's so important to know how to escape. Because if you have to interrupt, there needs to be some
Okay,
way
so
to get
let's
out.
think about it. We all network, right? What's the type of people we hate the most? Let's think about it. We have, I know I got like 6, 7, 9, 10 in my head. Big fucking guy.
I have one just recently. While my husband is speaking, before my husband could even finish all the sentences, his or she is already saying, "Oh yeah, I know." I'm like, you don't know.
I call it the me.
That's why you're here, because you want to know.
I call this one. Oh, that's what we're here.
Should've been on
The me.
I actually lost my cool because of that one day.
This is so freaking annoying. I'm so good. I do this. Me. Fuck, human networking. Let them talk. It's so
Yeah, I was
annoying.
gonna say like provide value, so opposite.
Yeah,
of that
okay,
would
so
be
me,
actually-
I'm gonna put value. Yeah, provide value is one of the goals. But what type of people do we hate the most? Come on. Selfish? Negative? We don't, oh fuck, I mean, sorry, you meet some people, oh man. Yeah, you don't want to be negative.
Yeah, the complainers.
So, that's a good one, Z.
There's another one I hate.
I got a negative Nancy in my group. She's not coming anymore.
Energy. We want somebody with good energy.
Yeah, so energy. Up energy.
Enthusiastic, yeah.
Now I'm talking about the people we hate, but that's okay. At least we're talking. Thomas, you network and you hate the type of people. Which one are they? Oh, you go to a party and this guy brings you in the corner. He wants to freaking sell you insurance, right? How many people are there? That's freaking annoying. And some of you don't even know it, but I know some of you here are doing it. So stop it, because this is annoying. Oh, you go to a party, have a beer, and I'll say, oh, come in the corner, come on. Do you know about my special?
It's always be closing crowd.
Yeah, and I know where it comes from too, because every Monday morning you get a teamwork, and oh yeah, let's get some sale, spare and influence and everything. But there's a time for everything. When you network, are you supposed to be selling?
Nope.
Are you supposed to be promoting?
Yes.
Then I'm done. What's promoting means to you?
Talking about what I do and how it works, and if it works for you, great, as opposed to trying to convince you that what I have is something you need.
This is huge.
It's true.
This is huge. If you're new in the business and networking, promote yourself 100%. I am the best freaking coach in Vegas. I have nothing wrong with that. It could be true. But if you say, oh, I got a program at 2,000, one at 1,000, I got a special 999, I got down, and you don't want to sell, but you want to promote. That's why we're here. So don't be shy to say, I'm the best real estate investor. I make 7 million last week, or whatever, last month, last year. As opposed to say, oh, do you want to buy this program? It's only $3,000. I guarantee you, this is not the place. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Any question, anything? I just wanted to finish like this because I think it complements what she did. Right? Take a picture of that if you don't.
He said one that I just.
Who
just
said?
got a message when
This
he
guy?
said, what's your name again?
Jim.
Jim. Vampires. I
I think it encompasses a lot that's already up there, but I just love the phrase vampire because it just
Well, that's the
sucks the
energy.
life
When
out of
somebody
you.
has that energy, you can tell.
Oh yeah.
You either gravitate towards people that you want to be like, that you admire,
Yeah.
and those that you just turn and go the other way. You
Yeah.
cross the street.
Look, I'm like him. I have no problem to say. I will tell you, fuck off. No, I won't say F off. I'm gonna say I gotta go. If you don't have the right energy, why would I come here and go down and go home? It's up late. That was a hot day. Fuck that.
But it's nice to use Z's suggestion.
Yeah, well, Z's a
little
pro.
bit-
Z's a pro. I'm
Exactly.
not. I'm just too direct. So I don't like you, you'll know it. I like you, you will know it too.
I think we discussed this as well earlier. If somebody isn't adding value in your life, whether it's business or personal, if you're not with the positive vibe, if they're sucking, like Maria said, if they're sucking that positive energy, if they're adding value, yes, you want to, you forgive and you move on. But if they're not adding value to your life, then it's okay. Family, friends, whatever, cut it.
Yeah, you cannot be loved by everybody. You cannot love everybody. So they have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. That's no problem.
So, I mean,
Any other things before we get up and meet new people?
so people that people that ignore me are the people that don't
Hold on one sec,
understand
guys.
no.
Say again?
People who don't understand no. Like you tell them I'm not interested and I keep pressuring
No means no.
you.
Here's I got a question. Thank you for saying that, but I got a question because I got posed and I'm worried about it. I just want to say, it happens sometimes that you got a group of people and you want to go talk to them, but they like compact. How do you get in? Anybody? I get posed here. How do you get? You get 2, 3, 4 people there, and you want to get in, but you don't want to be unpolite because there may be maybe somebody has a higher standard than you or whatever. Thomas, first.
Two kind of things. Usually it's can be a compliment of some sort, something very innocuous, like maybe their glasses or something like that, or offer them something.
Like your hair?
Yeah. Let's hope they don't. Yeah, but.
So a compliment. So they're talking all together, and you're going, "Oh, I like your boots." Now I'm just making real. Does that work?
Just lovely earrings.
Okay. Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, what I was gonna say is Thomas and I and you have an advantage because we're a little bit bigger, so you can just kind of walk up next to the group and you can kind of listen in. For if they're a tight knit group, you can stand. We can stand next to them. I don't usually have that problem because you can kind of just stick your head in. But if you're not big enough to do that, what I've found works is just a touch on the shoulder and a compliment, right?
A compliment.
To somebody, right, in the group. You find someone to compliment and you touch them and say, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know I love your hair. You look really good in that," whatever it is. And at least it breaks the seal so you can get into the conversation.
The expert, what do you think? How do you get in? How do I get in a group of people? Exactly the same?
No, I like that.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Well, you can join the conversation, say,
You
"Gee,
can
I just overheard something and I don't mean to intrude, however,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah." Yeah.
Good.
Not their point.
People don't
their opinion.
realize, they don't realize they're being so close when they get into that type of situation.
Are you asking if there already are conversations happening?
Yeah. Sometimes you go at work, you don't know anybody, you're having a beer or whatever, and okay, where do I go? Okay, these 3 people, I need to go talk to them. How do I get in? Because I'm pretty outgoing, but sometimes I say, how the heck am I gonna go in there?
Especially if they're standing
Yeah.
close to each
They're
other.
talking, and let's say it's Bill Walsh with somebody, and I need to get in there because that's why I want the money, right? So how do I get in there? And that's a compliment. I'm not sure if I'm looking for ideas. Fumiko, what would you do?
You're good with it.
I know, but just pretend I'm not.
I
What would
guess
you-
I'll find some kind of a
Common thing to
Yeah.
to get in there. That's a question to ask though, because everybody's different. What do you do? What would you do? Let's say
I don't know,
me.
because if there's already a conversation happening.
Yeah, it could be rude, right? I'm coming in.
Yeah,
as-
and even to say something, even if it's the nicest compliment in the world, like I just had to like that could still be, hey, we're in the middle of something here, or that's rude. To me, I think I can't wait to hear your answer, but to me, it's like just to listen and assimilate yourself in there somehow. Because if people see you, then usually they'll open the circle and you can stand in
I
there with
agree.
them, and then you can then be a part of it, and then you can wait until you are part of the group, and then like, oh, by the way, who are you, and let
There we go.
them bring you
Yeah.
into the conversation.
Yeah.
Don't just
I think
go into it.
that's my approach, but I didn't want to. I just want to, because you come in, you can jump in. I think it's the right way to. But also is, look, if I network, That's what I teach, right? So I'm over there, I talk to Fumiko, and I see you over there, you're coming closer and closer. Guess what? I'll stop. Hey, yo, what's your name? Come on in. This is Fumiko. Some people will do that, and that's what they should do it when we network, right? Anyway, enough of me. And thank you, Zee, again tonight. Or you wanted to say something?
Yeah.
Hold on. She wanted to say something.
No.
Do we need a microphone?
I just wanted to share on the 22nd.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Walsh, Michelle Dewsbury is going to be presenting on the 22nd. Now, Bill Walsh had mentioned something. When we attend networking events or presentations, we're not just going to listen to the speaker or the speakers talk and the value add is also networking with the people who are going to be there. So on the 22nd, I'm going to a presentation. They're going to be speakers throughout the entire day. I think it's $39 is on Eventbrite. And it includes lunch and cocktails, I believe. But it's all there. So Michelle Dewsbury is going to be one of the speakers. So I'm going particularly, I would like to hear her. But also it's great for networking with the people who are going to be there as well. And it's at a country club. I don't have the address, but if anybody wants the
Sometimes you go with a golf course. And actually, I recommend you go. I will be there. It's $40. It's for what? For the women beating?
$39. No, they're
Unsilenced
different
voices.
speakers, different topics.
Huh?
Unsilenced voices.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah.
I'm going there not to listen to the speak. I'm going there
We're
to
going
get to
there
know
on
the people who's going to
22nd
listen.
from morning to evening. It's an all day with different speakers. So you can pick and choose. You don't have to be there for the entire day. But I'm going in particular. I told Michelle Dewsbury, I'll support her. But I'm also going to network with the people that's going to be there. So if that's of interest to anyone, I would highly recommend going.
Yeah, if you want to go, let me know or her, and we'll send you the link. Yeah, I'll be there all day too. Anybody else? You want to turn around a little bit? She's just.
Right, and there's speakers that's flying in just to
Yeah,
speak
just
for
one
the
way.
day, and then they're out
That's
again.
enough of her. Okay, guys, are we good?
Yes.
Happy?
Fantastic.
So I'm gonna ask you one. I know it's hot. What time is it? 2011. Next 20 minutes, you go talk to somebody you don't know. You say, "Hey, my name." Will you do whatever you want to say? Are we going to Bahama Breeze after? If you want to go after, have a drink with us. You're more than welcome. We're gonna have a drink at Bahama Breeze with some chicken and coconut shrimp or whatever it is. And but in the meantime, right now, when I turn around, you get up, you go meet somebody you don't know. You ready? Go, 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 go!
Because I don't know anybody, so I gotta turn that on.